Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Thursday, January 8th. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The East Wenatchee City Council on Tuesday held its first regular meeting of the new year, where it rejected 4 lodging tax requests. Former legislative candidate and communications director for Spokane County, Patrick Bell, has been appointed by the Trump administration to lead Washington's Farm Service Agency. Expect another mild, sunny day tomorrow and once again Saturday, with showers moving in on Sunday and Monday. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. An East Wenatchee man who confessed to the fatal shooting of his neighbor was sentenced today to nearly 17 years in prison. Last April, Juan Luis Estrada Lopez shot and killed 48-year-old Gregorio Garza Sr. That was at his home in the 100 block of 9th Street Northeast. A psychiatric evaluation found the 45-year-old Estrada was in the grip of a mental health crisis that included paranoid delusions when he shot Garza. Estrada had previously contacted East Wenatchee police several times over the past 2 years, complaining of imagined threats against his life. Estrada pleaded guilty in November to second-degree murders and 2 counts of second-degree assault for pointing his handgun at members of Garza's family after the killing. Douglas County Judge Brian Huber sentenced Estrada today to 200 months in state prison, with the requirement that he also receive mental health treatment. The East Wenatchee City Council on Tuesday held its first regular meeting of the new year, where it rejected 4 lodging tax requests. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports all the requests for lodging tax funds on Tuesday's agenda were denied, as the council did not agree with the recommended funding. Washington City's levy sales tax tourism-related businesses like hotels and motels, which are then collected and used for tourism promotion. The rejected funding requests include a $20,000 request by the Wenatchee Valley Sports Foundation to host the Special Olympics Washington State Winter Games, among others. Each of the requests automatically go back to the East Wenatchee Events Board to recommend new amounts of funding. Voters in the Quincy School District can expect to see an educational programs and operations levy on the ballot in the February special election. District officials say it'll replace the current EP&O levy, which is set to expire at the end of the year. Not to be confused with a bond, a levy helps fund student programs and services not fully covered by the state, like technology, music, arts, and more. The levy will remain at the same tax rate it's been since 2022, at $1.25 per $1,000 of assessed property value. Ballots will be mailed on January 23rd, and the deadline to submit ballots is February 10th. A Moses Lake man is accused of breaking into a Grant County PUD substation and making off with copper wire from the facility. 50-year-old Jeffrey Lynn Hughes was arrested Tuesday for allegedly taking part in the January 3rd burglary. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says PUD employees noticed a hole cut in a chain-link fence at their substation yard on Wenatchee Drive, as well as tool marks on the locks of the gate. Deputies say a man resembling Hughes and a vehicle registered to him were spotted outside the substation fence the night of the break-in. They arrested Hughes 3 days later on a warrant charging him with second-degree burglary. A supply of copper wire and cable sheath material was allegedly found in his car. He remains held in the Grant County Jail. When we come back, the Washington State Department of Commerce admitted this week that it significantly inflated the amount of greenhouse gas emissions that would be reduced by 8 Climate Commitment Act projects. And Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort is hosting the 3rd annual Wenatchee Telemark Festival this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE. now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Former legislative candidate and communications director for Spokane County, Patrick Bell, has been appointed by the Trump administration to lead Washington's Farm Service Agency. The agency, operated by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, is part of a national network that implements agricultural policies and manages conservation, commodity, and disaster recovery at the state level. The Washington office is based out of the Spokane Valley. Bell is a Republican who unsuccessfully ran for a District 7 legislative position during the 2024 primary election. According to the USDA, Bell comes from a multi-generational farming family. The Washington State Department of Commerce admitted this week that it significantly inflated the amount of greenhouse gas emissions that would be reduced by 8 Climate Commitment Act projects, attributing the mistake to a data entry error. The Washington legislature passed the Climate Commitment Act in 2021, which requires companies to buy allowances for every metric ton of gas emissions they release. In November, the Washington Department of Ecology released a report claiming that 7.5 million metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions would be reduced as a result of 8 rebate projects funded by the Climate Commitment Act. Now, Commerce says the corrected data estimates 78,000 tons of emissions will be reduced over the lifetime of those projects, millions less than previously reported. The release says Ecology has been conducting a full review of all data submitted, which includes 3,600 projects by 37 agencies. A corrected Ecology report is expected in coming weeks. Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort is hosting the 3rd annual Wenatchee Telemark Festival this weekend. Telemark skiing is a downhill turn technique with skis that attach only to the toe. The festival is organized by Rise of the Tele, whose mission is to provide telemark gear and knowledge in the Pacific Northwest. The weekend will consist of clinics, a movie showing, some night skiing, a Best Costume Award, and a guided tour. A complete schedule of festival events can be found on the Mission Ridge website, where interested attendees can also register. Coming up next, we will bring you our weekly Paws for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Dry weather is expected through Saturday with showers on tap for Sunday and Monday. I'll have your local weather details coming up, followed by Eric Granstrom with all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel. It's time to begin the search for the 2026 Apple Blossom Royal Court. Join NCWLIFE channel for live coverage of the Top 10 speeches and Top 10 announcement on Tuesday from the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, as well as Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate. It all begins Tuesday at 1 o'clock here on your official television home of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Our Paws for Pets feature this week offers 2 cats for the price of 1, and that price happens to be free. Loki and Maple are a pair of domestic cats who've grown up together, and their adoption fee at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is already covered by a generous donation. The agency's marketing director, Shelby Hayes, joined us to introduce them.
This is Maple. She is an 11, almost 12-year-old woman. Gorgeous tortoise shell is what her coat color is called. So also known as a tortie. And then above her is her brother. They're not technically blood siblings, but they've been living together the majority of their lives. So I'm still gonna let them have that title. This is Loki. Loki is a 7-year-old male, and he is very affectionate. He's definitely the more outgoing of the two, but since they've been here, they've definitely come out of their shell a lot. So Maple is coming out a lot more than she did before, which is amazing because we love to see both of them. So yeah, they've been living together for the last 7 years together. They were an owner surrender. They have also lived with a small dog before. So if they can integrate into a family with, I think, other cats and probably small to more chill dogs would do best together. I also think they'd be fine being indoor, outdoor. I think previously though, their old home, they were just indoor cats, so I don't recommend them being purely outdoor cats, but they would love some space inside and some space outside to explore. And Loki is a guy that will just take any pets you give him. He really, really loves human affection and attention, and he will seek it out all the time. I do think Loki helps Maple be more confident and come out more. Hi. They're both really curious. They love to explore. And also their adoption fees are covered. So they were paid by donation. So these guys are free. And we would love them to go to a home together. I think they would do best still with each other, so that way they can continue their long, happy relationship of siblinghood and live the best life that they can. I think I read that Loki was 17 pounds, which is honestly really huge for a cat. You can hardly tell though. He feels like 5. He's definitely your weighted blanket for your lap because he is gonna love being a lap kitty. I think both of these guys want a very chill household. where they can just be couch potatoes and warm up the top of your seats wherever there's a windowsill. And also Loki tends to be a talker, so he definitely will give wonderful conversation and hear all about your day. So we are closed on Wednesdays, but we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 12:30 to 6 p.m. You can come on in, or you can schedule a meet and greet, but we feel free to just come on in. We'd love to have you. Or you can also look at their profiles to learn more about Loki and Mabel on WenatcheeHumane.org.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at WenatcheeHumane.org.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast, and hope you had a fantastic Thursday. Wasn't it great to see the sun return? And boy, our shot fantastic outside our weather window from this afternoon. This is our Hay Canyon Tower shot looking back at Kashmir, and you can see all of that blue sky with just a few clouds dotting the skyline today, and temperatures reflected that as well. And get used to that. I'll tell you what, as we look ahead into the middle and even later part of this month, here's our temperature outlook, and here we are above normal for almost all of the western United States, and boy, that goes for a big chunk of our country, and nobody really in the entire country below normal as we head into the middle of the month. And as far as precip goes, not going to be much of that either. In fact, we are going to be below or about where we should be in Washington State, a little bit above in the northern plains, and about normal for the rest of the country. So we will be warm and dry as we continue on through the first part of January. Today's high temperature, it reflects that unofficially 41 degrees, 9 degrees above where we should be for this time of year is 32. Our record high, 52 degrees, set in 2009. We were at 27 this morning. 23 is where we should be for an overnight low, and our record, one below, set in 1979. Sunrise this morning, 7:47, and it's set this afternoon. Hey, we gained a couple minutes. It's 4:29. All right, getting you into Friday and temperatures. Boy, it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. 43 in Moses Lake and Ephrata. That also goes for Quincy. 42s for Ellensburg into Wenatchee. A little cooler for Eniat, Chelan. Also Omak at around 40. Nice day as well for you folks in Leavenworth and Kashmir with high temperatures right around 40 degrees. Tonight, we can expect mostly cloudy skies. High pressure still our big weather feature right now, and you can see a well-defined ridge up and over the Pacific Northwest, but it's a dirty ridge, which means it allows clouds to move through that ridge. We'll see that tonight. Won't be bad. Lows around 30. For Friday, our ridge intensifies. We'll just see partly cloudy skies tomorrow. It's going to be a nice one, even a little bit warmer than today. We'll see highs to end our week into the low 40s, and then as we kick off our weekend on Saturday, not much change. Mostly cloudy skies, though. Our high pressure moves just a little bit to the east, and that'll allow a weak weather system to move in, but not going to change our weather a whole lot. We're talking upper 30s for highs on Saturday. And as we end the weekend on Sunday, cloudy skies. That big storm system from the Gulf of Alaska pushes farther inland, and we could catch about a 30% chance for showers on Sunday. The good news, if you're traveling anyway, it will be rain with highs around 40. And then for Monday, things really begin to warm up. Cloudy skies. We will see a pretty strong flow of moisture moving in. It's almost an atmospheric river. We'll see about a 40% chance of rain on Monday, and we are going to warm up. High temperatures in the mid-40s for Monday. For your Tuesday, high pressure rebuilds over the Great Basin. Our ridge comes back and sets back over the Pacific Northwest, and that's going to allow us to even be a little bit warmer. We are talking highs on Tuesday near 50 degrees, and that same goes as we get you into Wednesday. In fact, a lot more sun, 2 shots of high pressure, and boy, it's going to dominate our weather through the middle of the month as we talked about earlier. Unseasonably warm on Wednesday with highs again near 50 degrees. All right, your 7-day forecast now, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 31 overnight tonight, partly cloudy and nice for Friday, 42. Increasing clouds Saturday, just slightly cooler. We'll see a high of 38. And then a couple of rainy days, Sunday and Monday, we'll see about the rain. 30% Sunday, 40 on Monday, 44 though our high temperature for Monday. And look at those temperatures as we get you into Tuesday and Wednesday. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny, high temperatures both days in the upper 40s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
And a good Thursday to you. The Seattle Kraken have a chance to reach first place in their division tonight with a win over visiting Minnesota. The Wild come to Climate Pledge Arena at 7 o'clock tonight with Seattle trailing Vegas and Edmonton by a point in the Pacific Division of the NHL. Coach Lane Lambert and center Matty Beniers were asked to assess the season at the halfway point.
Yeah, I think we've probably had a little bit of a tale of three segments where we played well and we were winning, and then we had that little bit of a losing stretch there, which we still felt like we were playing well, and now we're getting some bounces, getting some breaks. So I think that overall, from day one of training camp, if you look way back to then, because that's where it started, we've made some good strides. We need to continue doing that because this is now sort of, I like to say, where the rubber meets the road here. Last half of the season, things amp up, and we have to be ready to amp up with them.
We went, back and forth. Obviously, we started out pretty good, had a tough stretch there, and now we're on a good one. And, it goes back and forth, but I thought we've done a good job of staying positive through the bad and the good. So, we're playing well right now. We just got to keep that going.
Tonight's game will be broadcast on Prime Video and Kong TV. Well, tonight and tomorrow are the next steps in the college football playoffs, the first of two semifinals being played tonight in Glendale, Arizona, where the number 10 Miami Hurricanes are taking on number 6 Ole Miss Rebels. That's the VRBO Fiesta Bowl, that is. That kickoff has already happened, and it's underway on ESPN. Coming up tomorrow, it's the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta, where number 5 Oregon faces number 1 Indiana. That kicks off at 4:30 on ESPN. There are 5 games on the schedule tonight in men's and women's college basketball. The Eastern Washington men are home against Montana State. That's at 6 on ESPN+. Gonzaga dropped to number 8 this week and will be home to host Santa Clara in the Kennel. That'll tip at 8:30 on ESPN2. It's a battle of top 25 teams in Seattle tonight when the 23rd ranked Huskies host number 15 Michigan State. That's at 6 on the Big Ten Network. Eastern Washington visits Montana State on ESPN+, while Washington State is hosting Oregon State. Eastmont girls bowling team completed a season sweep of Wenatchee yesterday at Eastmont Lanes. The Wildcats won both games and split the Bakers to knock off the Panthers and earn the win. High bowler for Eastmont on the day was Esme Ramos with a 170. Sophia Johnson paced Wenatchee with a team high 204. Well, some prep wrestling scores from Wednesday in North Central Washington found Eisenhower beating Moses Lake in Big 9 wrestling action 42-32. Toppenish topped Quincy 65-10. Cashmere is on the road in Connell tonight for a double duel with College Place, Kaibi, and Royal. Wenatchee wrestles at Davis tonight at 7 o'clock. Prep basketball last night. The snow delay of a couple of nights ago didn't cool off Wapato as the Wolves beat Cashmere 70-43 in the girls action. 3 games dot the schedule for the ladies tonight. Bridgeport's hosting Lake Roosevelt at 6 o'clock. Soap Lake visits Moses Lake Christian. Pateras welcomes Tonasket at 7:30. Wapito boys also came out on top of Cashmere last night. A little closer on this one, 68-62 the final. There are just 2 games on the schedule tonight in prep boys basketball as Bridgeport hosts Lake Roosevelt at 7:30. Soap Lake plays at Moses Lake Christian also at 7:30. Well, Wenatchee Valley College will be hosting the NCW Classic tomorrow and Saturday at the college and the Town Toyota Center. 7 high school teams will be part of the 2-day event, according to brand new WVC Athletic Director Greg Spalding.
This weekend we got a classic here Friday night. We got 2 games starting at 5 and 7, and then we continue down to the Toyota Center starting at 9 a.m. all the way to 7 p.m. We've got high school games. We actually got an AAU game Saturday down at the Toyota Center, and then we play at 1 and 3.
That's something that's been going on before you got here, right?
Yeah, I think, back when Braden reached out to me when I was at Central, I came up and played Northwoods Nazarene there, and then I've stayed in contact with Braden, and he came with me with this idea, and obviously the college games were set before I got here, but it's something that we really want to be involved with here at the college and continue yearly with them.
I know that in the past, when they were working on this and putting it together, there was the attempt to make it a Native American feel to it a little bit. I don't know if that's still the case or not. Is it?
It is, but I think next year we're really going to get back going that direction. We're going to talk to a lot of the Native schools and see if we can get them in here. We'd like to do it maybe a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and really expand and kind of look at it maybe. I'm speaking, coming to the party late, but, some West Side teams playing some East Side teams, North playing South, just kind of something like that around the state. Maybe grab some teams from out of the area to come in and play.
You have a little experience with that type of arrangement up in Alaska, right?
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff with the natives up there. We had native tournaments in our gym, and like I was telling you off air, is when they come to town, I think the last person that leaves the village shuts the lights off. And we've had teams that they didn't have enough charter planes to keep circling to get them to where they need to be to a major airport to get to Fairbanks. But it's a wonderful idea, and hopefully we can continue it down here. And like I said, I'm coming to the party late, and we'd love to expand this to a 3-day event.
I know you come from a larger school from your background as far as the difference between community college level here at Wenatchee Valley College, but I see, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's pretty important to expose these smaller schools and these high schools to the community college level to let them know that, hey, you don't have to go 4 year, you can go here first.
100%. We want to get as many potential students and student athletes through the doors, and with that, parents come and they have cousins and aunts and uncles, and with the trade school and nursing and all the stuff that we have a lot to offer. And everybody's dream is to go Division I. My dream was to go Division I. I ended up at Highline College in the community ranks, and then I went to Central Washington. And would I change anything? No. I went out and I played 25 games a season, 30 games a season, and I got major playing time. But now with the NLI money, everybody's dreaming of going out and grabbing that. Is I'm going to be $1 million player from a small school, and it just doesn't happen that way.
So NCW Classic Friday, Saturday between the college and the Town Toyota Center. Are we paying at the door? How do we get in for fans?
Yes, it's I believe it's $10 for adults, and then I think it's $5. Don't quote me on that, for students and seniors.
Games begin tomorrow at 5 o'clock at Smith Gym and on the campus of WVC, and then moves to the Town Toyota Center Saturday morning at 9. Be sure to tune in to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, I think next Wednesday, for my sit-down entire interview with Greg Spalding right here on the NCWLIFE channel. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for this Thursday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.